We want to start with 3M, the Dow component earning $2.59 per share on an adjusted basis for the second quarter. That compares to an estimate of $2.58. Revenue also topping forecasts, and 3M raised its full-year outlook, saying it saw strength across all of its businesses. Dom, what's your take on what's going on here?
I mean, so it's interesting with 3M because we focus so much on the idea that 3M has become one of those companies we look at towards the tariff and trade impact issue. The idea that they have grown sales across the board in many of their regions and as well in their sales groups and units is probably at least an optimistic sign. That the stock is wavering a little bit in the pre-market session, but when you get like 16% sales growth in their safety and graphics, 7% in industrial, 5% in healthcare, so to speak, all of these units are showing growth. The question becomes whether or not there will be a long-term effect of trade and tariffs. 3M, of course, gets a good amount of their business from China, so we'll see if all that trade talk really pans out, guys.
Okay, and take a look at this one. Dow component United Technologies reported adjusted quarterly profit of $1.97 per share. That beat consensus estimates of 11 cents, revenue topping forecast as well, and the company raised its full-year outlook. Some color, Dom.
I mean, so this is all about whether we see higher demand for kind of the airline services business, whether the parts and services side of things starts to pan out a little bit. United Technologies is seeing some of that benefit there. That raised outlook is something to kind of watch. The idea that they could raise their sales outlook from that previous range to around that $63.5 to $64.5 billion. It's not a lot, about $500 million on either side, but still that idea that they could boost their sales outlook, perhaps giving a little bit of a bid to the stock, although it's come off just a bit in the pre-market trade, guys.
And then Verizon, we just talked about it, but beating on the top and bottom lines. The wireless giant said it added 398,000 subscribers who pay a monthly bill on a net basis. That beat analysts' average estimate of 352,000 subscribers, Dom.
I mean, those postpaid customers, the ones who pay that monthly bill, are always going to be the ones that you want. They're the ones that are consistent customers, the ones that don't prepay and then kind of just use along the way. They are actually consistent customers that are going to stick around for a while. The unlimited data plans is a big issue there as well. Verizon, one of those stocks that's become a little bit more unloved in terms of the telecom side of things. As you start to watch perhaps a little bit of that interest rate picture kind of waver a little bit, and this idea that these larger mega cap media companies become enveloped and kind of taken over by the likes of a communications company like a Verizon or an AT&T. That's going to be something interesting to watch from a trade perspective as well, only because maybe that does insulate some of their business even further. They're already kind of domestically oriented as well.
And then take a look at this one. Lockheed Martin earning $4.31 per share for the second quarter. That compares to a consensus estimate of $3.92. The defense contractor also raised its full-year forecast, and those results helped by higher sales from missiles and fire control systems.
Yeah, that's that missile defense system, the THAAD system there that people are talking about with regard to, maybe protecting other parts of the world. It was a huge focus when the North Korean situation was escalating. I mean, the one I'm focusing on a little bit more is this idea that Lockheed Martin's going to add 400 workers to boost production of the F-35 fighter jet. The president, of course, tweeting about it in that way. He's always kind of had a bit of a thing for the most expensive U.S. defense contract program in history. So this idea that he's kind of touting the idea that Lockheed's going to add more jobs just to create more aircraft, that's going to be something big to watch as well.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.